I am an Army Junior ROTC cadet.
Hey sailors, why don't you come sail this way? I'm ready.
I hate taking video of the infantry because it's just ambient profanity.
I am loving that the US military never seems to run out of content of WT to the F, because I will take it easy on you guys, as we all know that future US Army soldier.
You're disrespecting a future US Army soldier.
Yes, that one. But now we have a new version. This is the new era of that. But I think maybe a little more aware than that little kid was.
Raise your right hands. I am an Army Junior ROTC cadet. I will always conduct myself to bring credit to my family, country, school, and the Corps of Cadets. I am loyal and patriotic. I am the future of the United States of America. I will not lie, cheat, and steal, and will always be accountable for my actions and deeds. I will always practice good citizenship and patriotism.
You see right there, future Army soldier? You know what it's like to get a barracks cut. You've gotten it over. You're getting every bit of embarrassment gone early. You are speed running the U.S. military soldier experience. That's what you're doing here. It's not fair. You have to go through the pipeline. You have to cringe at yourself. There is a process to this. People in the comments were telling the same thing of, hey, dude, you could get out of this like right now. Like, people are going to see this. They're going to remember you. You're that guy. And now you're on NickyMGTV and you're that guy.
I am Bob Bostro, a proud former Junior ROTC cadet. And to all the current JROTC cadets.
I hadn't even watched this entire clip before this. I graduated a couple years ago. Learned a couple lessons since then. Getting a proper haircut's not one of them. The bro peaked in high school. He peaked.
Out there. As a former cadet, I just want to say few things. Stay motivated, stay humble, stay strong, keep doing what you're doing, and keep grinding with that motivation. And for those struggling, please feel free to share this.
This kid reeks of boot camp speeches at 10 p.m. when it's taps lights out. Listen, guys, I was in the trenches of JROTC. We had a rifle spinning competition, and it was crazy. It wasn't even state competition. It was county. It was only 3 high schools deep, and we were there to try and take over. We were the underdog.
Feel free to share this video to any JROTC cadets out there to learn and to practice and to reside the Army Junior ROTC Cadet Creed. I am proud of you for all you do in the JROTC program this school year. Stay strong, stay motivated, and keep doing what you're doing once again and for all. Biba and Hua.
Oh, thanks for all you guys in JROTC do. We know that you guys are doing a lot out there by, being that subsect of group that wear the uniform 1 day a week and spin rifles and stuff. But I have to say, misguided motivation can also be guided eventually. We just got to correct him in the course. If he can remember this and, as not even a real U.S. Army soldier serving in any reserve or active capacity, I'm like, he probably could actually do well. Social skills maybe needs a little work, but we have more. I took it easy on you guys, but this one is going after the Navy. You guys were not ready for this one. If you guys need to, step out of the room, let this play out. I promise you, some of you can't handle it.
If you're in the Navy, then I surrender to you. Gosh, notice my tone. I submit. Hey sailors, why don't you come sail this way? I'm ready. Thank you for your service. I submit to your service. Gosh, spicy.
Oh my God, this is crazy. I can't. This is not a bit. There's no way this is a bit. There is no way. There is some Navy sailor out there that is looking at this as their opportune time. We've seen enough weirdness, and please, fellow brethren, sailors, service members, whatever you are, you want to call yourself, do not fall for this trap. What's even more sad is the fact that Navy sailors are saying this is kind of on par. Now we have this guy that says, as a sailor, I can confirm this is a normal Tuesday on deployment. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. And then F. Reg says, yeah, at U.S. Navy. U.S. Navy is going to send reinforcements. They're like,
Hey sailors, why don't you come sail this way? I'm ready.
he can't handle it. We'll revert back to some Army folks because we have somebody that is from a more reserved, from a more civilized bit of society, and especially from the Army, that kind of gives some background on to why the infantry cannot be trusted or left alone. I'll say that.
You want to know what's really frustrating? My current job in the Army is to take pictures and video of troops training. I hate taking video of the infantry because you always have to replace the audio. Why? Because it's just ambient profanity. Like, you cannot edit out all of the profanity that you hear from an infantry unit. It's literally like playing Grand Theft Auto and you hear all the people talking in the background, just the craziest things you've ever heard. That is exactly what it's like in an infantry unit. I am 100% convinced you could take someone who has Tourette syndrome, put them in an infantry unit, and it would be months before anybody found out they had a disability.
The same applies for autism, but we're not going to call those people out here. By the way, joint? That is the weirdest way to spell it. And also, like, I'm sorry you were made fun of. We know it. But a bit of this is like, it is indoctrination. You have to curse. You have to become unable to blend in with society. You almost carry yourself in a way, the rugged veteran status plus the mouth to go with it. It's like a burger and fries. You can't expect one without the other. I Eat Bees wrote back and said, curse words are just tactical sentence enhancers. And by the way, this is so true. I've had to edit videos where I have to use AI to find bad words, the F-bombs, and then I delete them, and it's like, people will say, why is this video so choppy? Dude, the video will be taken down because there's just more curse words than 8 Mile with Eminem in it.
Everything is not to say against me. I am white. I am a fucking punk. I do live in a trailer with my mom.
Which, by the way, is not the movie with the most curse words in it, but very close. Below that, what's interesting is they say, here we go again, said, that's why infantry footage looks like heavy metal music videos. And he writes back in saying what is all of his work, he says, all my videos of the infantry are exactly what you described. We should just make all of the infantrymen do death metal screams to hopefully try and get rid of any bit of editing necessary to publish anything. It would actually probably be more on par with what people would expect the infantry to be as. They're natural born war killing faces that we know they're going to be making sounds out of. I got a few more for you, and you cannot be in the military without some kind of deep, dark humor. And part of that is coming from a dependent, which I was never going to expect, but I had to go back and check and make sure that this was legitimate. That is really him. Like, that is for real his photo. And I'm like, woo. He picked a keeper. You cannot be with a military person and have sanity. But the fact she's able to cope, you know, rest in peace to her spouse, but the fact she's able to cope and use this as a leverage point to, you know, get over what has gone on in her life is great. But I'm just like, oh my God, I can't think of anything more diabolical than that. And I'll leave you with this last clip where an Army soldier found himself with a little run-in with his recruiter, where essentially it's like your recruiter lied to you and now it's full circle and it doesn't seem to be going how they had planned.
When I enlisted in the Army, the recruiter told me that I was going to be stationed in Belgium, all right? But after my job training, when they were deciding where we were going to be stationed, I was told I was going to Lawton, Oklahoma. I said, no, I'm not. I'm going to frickin' Belgium. He said, you're going to Lawton. So I look up a YouTube video tour of Lawton, Oklahoma. And the only video I see was a dash cam cell phone video tour of all the Sonics and the Mickey D's and everything. And the caption of the video was Lawton, Oklahoma, where dreams go to die. I thought, oh, this is going to be a long few years. So I got stationed in Lawton, and one day I'm in this burrito joint, Cali Burrito, okay? and I'm ordering my burrito, and I look behind me, see all the soldiers, and guess who I see? My frickin' recruiter from the Bronx. I turn around. I said, all right, I'm gonna mess with this guy. So I text him. I was like, hey, Sergeant, what's up? Are you in Cali Burrito? This guy looks at his phone, my old recruiter, who's a staff sergeant, and he's like, he thought somebody was spying on him, you know? And he looks at me, and I was like, hey, here we are. Here we both are. Karma.
You realize you are still living in Oklahoma. You're still at that Cali Burrito, and you are not a soldier anymore. You obviously have hair that is long and facial hair. So the reality is you are choosing to be there. You have no dreams, and you have realized your fate was kind of set in that recruiter's office. But you know what? I love these full circle recruiting videos where recruiters are found out or whatever. What are the crazy stories you've seen from the military? And if you've seen anything that has some kind of humor like this, let me know. Tag me on Instagram, TikTok, all the other good stuff. But as always, take care. Love you guys. See you next time.